everyone, my name is Kim, and a couple days ago I had talked about the Enneagram types and how they correlate with mental illness, certain mental illnesses. So I did the ones and twos. I'm going to keep this video shorter than it was the last time. I'm just going to talk about type 3 and what type 3 correlates, like what mental illness correlates with that type. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of an overview of type 3. So type 3s, they are successful people. You know, they're always, looking for opportunities, to make them successful, make their life successful. They want to be successful in every area of their life. And and threes, they are driven. They're the go-getters. In a work environment, in family dynamics. They're the ones that they make things happen. They're the go, go, go type. And, a lot of companies want threes because threes, they're hard workers. And, they get the success that they deserve because they work hard. And, they are actually, kind of the model worker, for to look up to, as far as wanting to be successful. Threes are a good example of that. And being successful at something it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. When you feel that success, it makes a person feel good, that they're contributing to society and they're doing their best. Threes are positive. They are positive individuals. They don't let anything take them down. If there's an opportunity, that they want, they'll just grab it. Like no problem. They're positive. They're driven. They're ambitious. They are those sort of ways also in their personal life. If there's a problem in the family, they really want to get on it and they want to solve that problem, or they want to know what is causing this, what is the root cause of it, because they want to get it all figured out, and just kind of, get back, just getting back to their life, living life. Threes, I mentioned they're hard workers to the point where they get promotions. It's like they're walking up that corporate ladder. They, for their hard work, they get a lot of recognition, and that boosts that positivity and the feeling good because you've succeeded in something, you're successful in something. Threes, generally, when you think of threes, they are in kind of the executive position in a company. Like they're the executive, or they can be their own boss. It can be a CEO of their own company. They are very good. I forgot to mention, they're very good in leadership roles. They do very well. Public speaking, all that stuff that people that are in leadership roles, that's what they have to do. They're they do public speaking and you know, or a workshop or something, you know, to do with the company, you know. And they're always trying to improve themselves so that they could be more successful in life. Okay, so that is a bit of an overview of type 3. Now, we're going to talk about, okay, so 3s, they correlate with being image conscious, okay? Also anxiety and depression. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about first the image consciousness. So, as I've mentioned, they want to be successful in their life, and you know, just all areas of their life. But when they are unhealthy, or if they have some sort of a mental illness, or you know, self-esteem issues, generally when a person, you know, is image conscious, you know, it's like they're putting on a mask, okay, a persona or mask, you know, to kind of, you know, maybe the 3s are having problems at home, but they're not going to say anything. They're going to come to work, they're going to show up to work and have this, hello everyone, are we ready to work? You know, this kind of this persona or facade that nothing's wrong, you know, everything's great, you know, my personal life. And they're, you know, side hustle, they know about side hustle, doing their work, you know, being really productive, really efficient. And they're just kind of overly positive, because this type, when they're healthy, they're positive, but when they're unhealthy or have that, you know, that image conscious mindset, you know, they want to project out to the world that, you know, you know, hey, you know, I work hard, you know, and you know, life is good, you know, I'm my positivity, you know, is, you know, when I'm a positive person, you know, people like that, you know, a 3 would say, you know, like they're putting on it like a facade or an image or something, you know, that everything's okay, and you know, let's get to work and let's have a good one. Let's have a good day and be productive and let's have some fun, you know. So that's what they're projecting with this mask or the persona, that everything's great, you know, and you know, I'm happy with the success I have accumulated in my life. You know, life is good, but behind that mask is something different. Is someone that has anxiety and has depression and low self-esteem. So no one sees this. They're very good at hiding their, you know, the problems or the challenges they go that are in their life, and so they are very good with putting on the image that, you know, that they're go-getters, you know, go, and side hustle, and, you know, this overly optimistic person, you know, just, life is good, you know. So they have that enthusiasm and but that's a mask. That's not the real them. The real them behind the mask is a totally different person, you know. Being image conscious, it could be, you know, with how the way they look. They want to look like they're successful. They want to dress like they're successful. And when I think of, you know, they want to dress, they want to be sharp, dress sharp and just well put together, you know, and kind of like the, you know, the executive kind of look, you know, well tailored, well put together. That is the image that they want others to see is, you know, oh, look at this woman, you know, like, she looks like she's got it all together, you know, she's got her act together, you know, and successful and just really happy, you know, and just kind of pumping everyone up, you know, to get them motivated and all that stuff. But they fail to notice that they're not the projecting the successfulness and enthusiasm and positivity and you know, just this, you know, like they got their act together and life is good when it's not. So that is the what the threes are like when they are unhealthy, or if they have a mental illness, or any kind of self-esteem problems, and this type does when they have these disorders. Yeah, okay, my time is over, and I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you're having a good day, and I will talk to you guys soon, and we will discuss type 4 and maybe type 5, depending. We'll see. All right, have a good rest of the day.